basically, I crashed the Range Rover. Let's go to WeBuyAnyCar and see what they make of it. So it's coming up with the offer now. They're generating an offer.
We can't put that. We can't put the YouTube video up, man, because there's us.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Bill and you are of course watching Bill Talks, and behind me is the Range Rover that you guys saw in my last video. You saw that I bought this Range Rover, we took it for a test drive, Simon got in the car, we got a good bit of content, and that video actually went mental, 10,000 views nearly, so thank you to everyone who watched that video and thank you to all the new subscribers. Now at the end of that video I mentioned that there was a surprise with this car, or this car is holding a secret, and this Range Rover is holding quite a big secret. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you exactly what secret this car is holding. And actually it was a bit of a mistake of mine. I'll give you a bit of context. When this car came up for sale on Facebook for £500, I thought, oh my God, a Range Rover supercharged for £500. I need to go and buy that now. Anyway, I kind of rushed buying this car and I didn't do my normal checks like I would normally do. I kind of just rushed out and bought it. I did a HPI check. So I did a HPI check just to make sure that it wasn't written off or any outstanding finance or anything like that. And by the way, guys, I used my car check for them checks. I'll put a link in the description below. They're the company that I used to do like my HPI checks, check if the car's been written off or anything like that. Quick shout out to them. But yeah, I didn't do my normal checks, as in I didn't actually read about the statistics of the car. Like I didn't, you know, like check 0 to 60 times, brake horsepower, all that sort of stuff, which I normally do. I normally sit there for a good sort of, you know, 5 or 10 minutes, just looking at my phone, checking all the statistics of a car. I'd just done a quick HPR on this to make sure it wasn't written off or anything like that. So yeah, I didn't know too much about this car. I thought it was a supercharged Range Rover. It had the supercharged, well it has, should I say, it didn't had, but it's got the supercharged wheels on it, it's got the side skirts, it's got the label on the back saying supercharged as well, it's also got that handbrake saying supercharged on it as well. So I genuinely thought this was a supercharged Range Rover. It's even got the engine cover saying supercharged. But it turns out, if you haven't guessed already, and a few in the comments did actually guess or get it right, but this is not a supercharged Range Rover. It is just a naturally aspirated 4.4 litre V8 BMW engined Range Rover. So that's the secret. Now don't forget, as you saw in the last video, me and Simon both had a proper look over this car. We looked all around it, we opened the bonnet and everything, and neither of us realised it didn't have a supercharger on it. We even looked at the bonnet cover, which said supercharged, but we didn't realise that this weren't a supercharged car.
Look at that, supercharged.
And as you saw in the last video again, when I was driving it, we both even said this doesn't feel supercharged.
I don't know if that's giving you all its power.
I was genuinely under the illusion that this was a supercharged Range Rover. I even drove it back about an hour from where I bought it to my house. So yeah, we actually fucked up a little bit there. Or should I say, I fucked up a little bit there. And if you look at this conversation me and Simon were having about this car back on Tuesday the 3rd of June, I'm gonna put it on the screen now, you'll see, look, I'm talking to him saying, look, it's a BMW engine, by the way, same engine as a 745 or 645, but with a supercharger. So I'm genuinely thinking this is a supercharged version now. But it's when I told Simon that it wasn't a supercharged car and we both realised that the car was just a standard Vogue, that's when things get funny, because this is the voice note that Simon sent me. Just going to remove my microphone so you guys can hear this properly, because this is funny. Press play.
That geezer who sold it to you, he knew fully well it was a supercharged. The problem is, right, I just realised we can't put that. We can't put the YouTube video up, man, because there's us fucking idiots shaking the oil and the water. Not one of us ever went, hold on, where's the fucking supercharger?
Sorry, I had to cut there. That voice note makes me die every time I listen to it. But after the voice note, you'll see I've put, bruv, I've just checked on the car check website. It says it's naturally aspirated. Oh my God, for fuck's sake. No, I'm still going to put the video up. And then as you can see, Simon says, we are silly. and I can't say that word because I don't want my YouTube to get shut down. But and you can see even a conversation here, we're saying, I was saying to you, I can't feel the supercharger, and you was like, no, I can't hear it. But yeah, there you go. It turns out the car's not supercharged, and we made ourselves look like idiots. Tell you what, let's call Simon, get him on the phone, and see what he thinks about it now.
Morning.
Hello, Simon. You're live on YouTube. Please do not swear.
I never do swear anyway.
No, you don't swear. You don't swear. That's true, mate. I was just telling the viewers about how we found out when the Range Rover wasn't supercharged.
You could edit in the voice note of me, who couldn't stop laughing the whole time you told me that there we are looking inside the bonnet at the engine and looking for oil leaks, checking the oil, checking the coolant. Not once did we look at each other and say, where's that supercharger thing that's got stamped all over it? What an idiot. We're supposed to be into cars.
Oh, no.
Change professions.
We do. Maybe back to painting and decorating for me. But I've just played the voice note, and I was actually dying. I had to cut the scene because I was like, I can't quite believe how funny this is. But it was just so funny. I remember me turning around to you going, "Side, the car's not supercharged."
I can't believe that we was driving. I think I was test driving in the car with you, saying to you, I don't think the supercharger's kicking in. I can't hear anything going on. And we were going on about, is the car in limp mode? What's going on?
We're so thick, aren't we? We're so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Basically, worse than Jeremy Clarkson when they deal with their little skeets around the world and they don't know what they're doing with cars. We're kind of even worse than that, to be honest.
Yeah, that was bad.
So yeah, I think it's time to do something else.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you sold that car yet?
I haven't sold it. I'm sitting in it, Si.
Ah, that is the car, is it?
I'm sitting in it. I'm sitting in it now. I want to get your opinion though quickly, just for the YouTube video. The car now has got faults, more faults than we first originally thought. I'm going to speak to Mark, the mechanic, later, and I'm hopefully going to get him in the video as well. But in all honesty, I think I need to probably get out of this as quick as possible. Do you? I think it's...
Yeah, but before anything else goes wrong, I mean, look, I love Range Rovers, but everyone knows that they're money pit cars.
Yeah.
You know, but boats and Range Rovers are probably the two worst investments to buy. So yeah, I mean, if there's more problems with it, it depends whether you. I mean, I presume you was going to keep it initially. That was the initial plan.
Well, I was considering keeping it. Yeah, I thought, like, do you know what? I thought if I can get the air suspension sorted, because we obviously, I'm going to talk more about this later in the video, but we identified that as a leak. The XYZ sensor, we got a comment in the previous video, someone saying that it's actually quite an easy fix. But since then, with it, you know, presenting more problems, which I'm going to talk about later on in the video, I think it is just going to end up being a money pit. You know, it's got the little issues with it, the little niggles, like the sunroof needs fixing, the amplifier in the boot needs fixing, which I've had a look at as well. But yeah, I think if it was just the air suspension and the gearbox fault, it might be worth keeping, but it just seems to be mounting and mounting and mounting up. Oh, and don't forget, it's got a little rattle from the engine when you start it from cold as well, hasn't it? Which again, I'm gonna come back to later on in the video. So, just a quick brief one. You reckon probably best to out it quickly?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of cars out there. Let's not forget that this car's 23 years old and it's probably not worth that much money. It's a lot of car for the money when it's working.
Yeah.
But it's also... It's a lot of car, there's a lot of scrap, and we want to weigh it in, to be honest, as well. So I love it. I think it's a great car. If it was a supercharged one, I'd probably be a bit more inclined to try and convince you to keep it.
Yeah.
Just because it's a supercharged, but we all now know it isn't. And, we're going to get some slag for that in the comments.
I can't wait to see what people comment about that. Do you know, some people had already commented noticing it, and I was trying to play it down in the comments like, shh, keep it quiet. But yeah, that was...
Yeah, I must admit, it's a rookie mistake on our behalf. And I put my hands up in the air, and everyone's allowed to say what they want about me, because I should have picked that out, really. So yeah, so there you go. So don't listen to anything that I say from now on, because I'm too busy looking at all leaks and checking for the actual hardware of the engine.
Yeah, then looking for superchargers.
Getting back to it though, yeah, I'd probably sell it.
Yeah.
And then go and buy a supercharged one and start all over again, to be honest.
I don't think I can afford to run a supercharged one, if I'm honest with you. I'm getting 10.8 miles per gallon out of this one, so yeah, I don't think I can afford to run it.
I think the supercharged ones are even worse, aren't they? Because
yeah.
they're continuous build.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
That's even more the engine is sucking up. So, yeah, offer it out to your comment. Are you subscribers?
I think it might be sold by the time this video goes out. I reckon it'll be sold by the time this video goes out. But
really?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But yeah, all right, Si. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go, mate. Thanks for coming on the channel again. We'll get you back on very soon, I'd imagine. But yeah, cheers. See you soon, mate.
Good luck with the sale.
Cheers, mate. Bye. So there you go, guys. Simon there confirming that we are both actually indeed idiots. But as we spoke about on the phone there, this car has got a couple more issues. I'm going to talk you around them issues now. By the way, guys, I've completely failed to mention that Winston is here with us today. He's been a good boy as usual, aren't you, Winston? Yes, he is. Lovely boy, love him. But yeah, like I said, this car has developed some more issues, and one bad thing happened with this car. Basically, I crashed the Range Rover. I'll tell you what happened. Basically, as you guys know, this car has a gearbox fault. I was driving down the road. Let me just get in the car. I was driving down the road. Out of the way, please. Thank you, mate. I was driving down the road, and let me just try and start the car. So I was driving down the road, had it in drive like this. Let me just shut that door because it's really windy. And I was driving along, and the gearbox fault came up. So my D disappeared, it said trans-foul program, so it went into limp mode. And I thought, okay, well, let me just put it into neutral and back into drive. As I put it into neutral, the car cut out, which meant I lost my power steering and I lost a lot of braking. At that point, I then panicked because I'm like, oh my God, I've got no brakes, no steering, I've lost all power. So I've had to pull over off a main road. I'm doing about 30 mile an hour at this point, and I went up onto the curb, and as I went onto the curb was quite large, you know, they're big, large curbs, and it completely shattered. Well, I say shattered, I don't know if it's shattered, but it just burst the tyre straight away, and I think it might have cracked the alloy. And there was like a little lamp post, sort of just, you know, as main roads there are, and I've sort of just gone into that lamppost ever so slightly. You can't really see it on video, but there is a little mark there. So yeah, basically I crashed the Range Rover. Now before that, I was actually using this car as a daily. It's been quite a nice car to drive around in, but obviously since that incident, I don't really want to drive it because I don't want that kind of thing to happen again. It was quite dangerous. So yeah, basically I've left it parked here and I won't be driving it again. It's going to be going up for sale, as you heard me say to Simon. Other issues I've noticed with the car is that sometimes when you start it, you get a little rattle from the engine. I'm not too sure if it's an oil knock or maybe the chain is needs like adjusting or something like that, but it doesn't sound good. Also as well, sometimes the gearbox goes into like downhill mode automatically, and then it goes into like another sort of limp mode. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I did try changing this head unit because I thought if I can change the head unit, I can wire it up to the speakers and hopefully get a little bit of sound and a little bit of music. I love a bit of music when I'm driving, but unfortunately, to get this stereo out just seems like a bit of a maze. I've taken all the screws out, as you can see, but I think you need to take these bits of trim off. Even getting the fascia trim from around the stereo was quite hard. So I'm not going to mess about with that anymore. I'm just going to give up on that. The handbrake doesn't work, as you guys know already, and then as you guys know already, the gearbox is dodgy. Moving up here, the sunroof, they had siliconed that, so the previous owner had siliconed it because it leaks. So that now does kind of work, although when you get to this point here, it does that. So you kind of have to just hold that down, which I can't do with one hand, but basically if you hold that down, it does close. But I do believe it leaks, and that is now causing the headliner, if you just, well, you can't get that bit, but you know the bit that covers the sunroof, that has started sagging, so I've pushed that back now so you can't really see it. What else is wrong with the car? What else is wrong with the car? The suspension, as we know. Oh, and of course, as I said, if you go into the boot, I'll show you. Oh, the V fell off. The V fell off. Where is it? How do you open this? That's it. Yeah, that alloy, I believe, is now cracked. There's like a big old gash in the tyre. I'm not too sure if it's cracked or shattered. I don't know. Would that have cracked? But as you can see, there's a big old hole in it from where I hit the curb. And Don't even talk to me about getting the spare wheel on. Oh, mate, I had a nightmare getting the spare wheel on this car. I'm not too sure why, but it was just a nightmare to get in the air. Couldn't get it in the air, but that's a story for another time. I had to use some wood underneath the jacks. But yeah, basically this amplifier has had it. I have tried getting it out, but there's a little bolt right down there. As you can see where my finger is, just down there, and I can't get to it. You need like one of them ratchet spanner things. Basically, I've given up on that so far. Just shut that. So bearing in mind, with that new fault the other day of it cutting out, I don't know what that was that caused that. I'm not too sure whether that's the gearbox issue, an engine issue. Not too sure what happened, but it doesn't fill me with confidence with this car. And with all the other bits and pieces that it needs doing, or that need doing, I don't think it's economical to fix this car. But for the benefit of the video, I think it would be a good idea to consult a mechanic. So let's give Mark at Myers Motors a call.
Hey, mate.
Hiya Mark, it's Bill, how you doing?
Yeah, good, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Have you got 5 minutes to talk quickly?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Wicked. By the way, I'm recording this on YouTube, is that all right, yeah?
Yeah, it's all right.
Cheers, mate. I'll talk to you about that other cars in a, I'll give you a call back about that later, but just while I'm recording this video, I just thought I'd pick your brain quickly. So,
Yeah, go on.
just a quick one. I've got this Range Rover, right?
Yep.
It's got a suspension fault, it's got a gearbox fault, it's got a problem with the sunroof. It cut out the other day, just driving along, cut out, don't know why. And I've also realised that when you start it, the engine knocks ever so slightly. So just briefly, if it was you, what would you do with it, mate? How much are we talking to get that fixed all in all? Is it economically viable, or is it a case of, do you reckon, just take the money and run at this point?
If it wasn't for the engine, depending on how bad the engine knock is,
Yeah.
if that's not that bad, then potentially the other bits might not be a fortune. I mean, they had loads of common things for the suspension. Could be like one of the bags got a slight leak, or the pump as well. They had issues. The compressors.
Okay.
So and there was a lot of like repair kits online for things like that as well that people started making for them, especially the older ones. So you might find that it's not too expensive to get some of that done. I mean, maybe the suspension fault alone, the gearbox thing, I think there was a modification you could do to that to fix that as well on them, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think it's like drilling a plate out or something like that, I'm pretty sure on them ones.
Is that to do with the XYZ sensor?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because that's someone in the comments said something about you can basically like drill them out and do something with it. I don't know what they meant by that, but yeah, okay, cool. But you're basically saying with everything put together, plus now the engine is knocking, then
yeah, it might not be worth like I said, like financially worth to
yeah,
do, or if you've still got the engine knocking after sort of thing.
Yeah. So to get the suspension fixed and get the gearbox fixed, and then you've still got a car that's got a knocking engine is yeah,
and the cutting out issue. I mean, it might only be like maybe for suspension work, the cutting out issue might just be a sensor, and then the gearbox issue like that might only be like 500-600 quid maybe to fix.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just how bad the engine knock, as I noticeable it is.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So it's one of them. You're probably going to be sinking, let's say, the best part of $1,000 into it before you've got So, and then you've got to factor in what it's worth after it's fixed, which probably, again, probably not economically viable at the moment, is it? Especially with the bodywork bit.
Probably not. Yeah, unless it's worth like a fortune or something. Unless they're worth $3-4 grand or something.
Well, that's the thing. I think you can buy a working one for like $2,500 on like Auto Trader. So, yeah, I think it might be time to say goodbye to the Range Rover then. Take the money and run.
Take the money and run.
All right, cool. No, I appreciate that, Mark, mate. I just wanted to get the advice or consult someone who knew a bit more than me before I sort of, do you know what I mean, make any decisions.
Yeah, rash decisions. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate.
Cool, man. All right, well, listen, I'll give you a bell about them other cars later today, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries, mate.
Nice one, Mark. Have a good day. Ta-ra.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye. So there you go, guys. We consulted Mark. Mark, by the way, runs Myers Motors over in Beckenham. Great mechanic, great guy. So if you need an MOT, we need any mechanical work doing, I'll put their details in the description below. and they're on the screen now. So Mark there agreeing that this car is probably beyond economical repair considering how much money it needs spent on it. I don't really want to sink £1,000 into a car that still has an engine knock and still needs quite a lot of bodywork doing and stuff like that. It's not a mint car, you know, it's an old car and it's going to keep presenting issues, you know, little bits and pieces are going to keep popping up. If it was a car that I really liked and wanted to keep, and maybe like a project for the channel, then I probably would spend the money on it. But at the moment, financially, it's probably not the best thing for me to spend money on. I've also got the BMW Z3 at the moment, which you guys will see some content on very soon once I get some more content with that car. That is my project for the channel at the moment. So I think the best decision I could make with this car at the moment is sell it, hopefully make a little bit of profit on it, maybe make a drink on it, and then get back to doing my car flips as you lot know what I do on the channel. I tell you what would be interesting though. Let's see if WeBuyAnyCar would want to buy this car. Let's go to WeBuyAnyCar and see what they make of it. Do you know what, guys? Actual sod's law, the car is driving absolutely mint now. The D light is on, so the gearbox is working fine. Doesn't seem like it's going to cut out. It's driving nice. The engine is purring just as it normally would. So yeah, actual sod's law that the car is driving completely fine. Now we're on our way to WeBuyAnyCar. Maybe that's a good, oh, the brake squeak, there you go. Oh, that's one other thing I forgot to say actually. It needs brakes, some more money it needs spent on it. But I was gonna say, yeah, it's probably a good thing that it's driving fine now before we take it to WeBuyAnyCar. But I do wanna make it clear, I'm not gonna try and sell this car to WeBuyAnyCar as having no faults. I'm gonna explain every single fault, like I've explained in the videos. Yeah, I'm not gonna be trying to sell this car as like a perfect car. Should we put it in sport mode? Give you some roar. That V8 does sound nice. Probably just used about a $5's worth of petrol though. Does sound good. Right guys, we are just arriving at WeBuyAnyCar in Croydon at the Morrison's. For those who know Croydon, 5 ways, opposite my gym. Looks like they're open. Let's see if they can get us a price for our car. Right, I'm just gonna keep the camera on me because I appreciate not everyone enjoys being on camera. Let's just have a little look. Are you, mate? You all right? Sorry, don't worry, it's looking at me, not you, don't worry. Okay. I was just wondering if you could give me a price for my car at all. Yeah. Is that all right? I'm happy to wait. I know you're busy. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, by the way. Cool, I'll just be outside sitting in the car, all right? Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So there we go. WeBuyAnyCar. They're happy to give us a price. They said you just got to wait there with a customer at the moment. So just going to chill out here, park the car up and see what happens, shall we? I tell you what would be good. You lot actually start guessing in the comments how much you think they're going to offer for the broken Range Rover. We'll see how much they offer. I don't think it's going to be a lot. I reckon if it was working, they'd probably offer around, I don't know, what do you reckon, about £1,000? I reckon in its current state, they're going to offer me about £200, but we'll see. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Rory.
Rory, I'm Bill. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
So basically, I've got a Range Rover here, as you can see. It has got quite a lot of faults. I'm going to be really honest with you. Do you buy cars with faults?
Absolutely, we buy anything.
You buy anything?
Any car.
We buy any car?
Absolutely.
Let me just get my mic so people can hear you on here. 1 second. Cool, so like you said, you buy any car, that's fine.
Yep.
Cool, let's get a valuation then if you don't mind.
No problem. So I can run a quick quote on it.
Yep.
And that'll just be on the reg, the mileage, and then it'll ask a few questions about what we've got for the car.
Okay, cool.
So, EA02.
Guys, I'm just going to keep the camera on me because obviously, do you want to be on camera? Do you want to be on YouTube?
I'm good, thank you. Sorry.
He said, no, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, no problem at all. So I'm just going to keep the camera on me and the car for Rory because he don't want to be on YouTube, all right, guys? But he's going to get us a quote and we'll go from there. The mileage on the vehicle is 108,108.
108.
Yeah.
And would that be closer to 108 or closer to 109? You reckon?
Let me tell you, 1 sec. We are on. What are we on here? Let's have a look. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry. 104,774.
Oh, lower, nice.
Yeah.
104,774, yeah.
That's the one, mate. Yep.
And how many keys do you have for it?
I only have 1 key.
1 key.
Yep.
And in terms of the service history, would it have part service history, no service history, or would it be full? What do you reckon?
It's part service, so it's got
Part
loads of invoices. It's probably thousands and thousands of pounds of money spent on it, but nothing in like a service book sort of thing.
Fair enough, no worries at all. And do you know how many previous keepers it's had?
I do. I think it's about 8.
8 previous
I
keepers.
can do a HPR on it though. Well, like a car check on it though. If you need to know the exact amount, I'm happy to do
No
that.
worries, no worries.
So he's just walking around the car now, just looking at scratches and stuff like that. What's that? Like a little tool? What
This
is
is a
that?
paint depth gauge, but I don't think it's going to be very effective on your vehicle because these
Oh, it's a
are
paint depth gauge.
Yeah, so it's it'll give you the reading of the depth of the paint.
Mm.
And obviously this is factory paint, and anything lower is indicative of
Like he's had
previous
paint
repair.
in the past or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
respray
cool.
or filler or something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
So that's all factory paint. Sweet.
So it's all factory paint, guys. We're doing well so far. We've only done one side though.
Cool. We've got a little bit of scratching.
There's a little bit of a scratch at the back yet. Just talking about this little scratch here.
So the paint is coming up a little bit. Let me just wipe it with my finger and just make sure. So it's coming up a little bit lower than usual there. So it might have
Okay,
been a
maybe
little-
maybe where
little
that
bit
is, isn't
of
it?
spray.
And the paint here looks a little bit lighter than usual, he said, which would actually indicate maybe like a little accident there, maybe, because as you can see, it has got a little bit of like misalignment there as well. So that's cool. We know about that.
Crack on the bumper.
Little crack on the bumper there identified. Yep. So you was just saying there's a grading system.
There's a grading system. It's actually called the NAMA grading system, National Association of Motor Auctions.
Okay.
So as an auction company ourselves, so it's based on a scale from 1 to 6, and at the moment yours would sit at 5. 6 is the lowest grade. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So yeah, we got a 5. We got a 5 out of 6.
cool. So it'll just come up with the offer now.
So it's coming up with the offer now. They're generating an offer. So this is the offer, guys. We got. Can I see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
£268. That's bad, isn't it? I don't think I'll be selling it for £268,
Fair
mate.
enough.
But no, I really
Fair
appreciate your time. But
No
yeah,
worries at all,
£268, guys. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks to Rory for coming on the channel. And yeah, big shout out to WeBuyAnyCar. Very useful, friendly and helpful. But yeah, on this occasion, I don't think we'll be selling our car to WeBuyAnyCar. But nice one, Rory, man. I appreciate
worries.
it. Cheers.
Appreciate it.
So there we go, guys. We got offered £268 by WeBuyAnyCar. So obviously I'm not going to sell to WeBuyAnyCar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this car on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to list it for £800, maybe 850, and I'll let you know at the end of this video if it sells, if we get a sale, or what happens with it. So guys, after recording this video, I put the Range Rover up for sale on Facebook Marketplace as a spares or repairs car. At the time of editing, this car is still available for sale, so if you're interested in a 2002 Range Rover with plenty of problems, then get in touch. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you like the video, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. As always, much love.